All right, so today I'm extremely very grateful and, of course, happy that we are five. So you can imagine, seems like a small number. But of course, the journey has been full of twists and turns, and here we are, celebrating 5 years of farm life. Just a brief background, I'm 40, turned 40 this year, born in Kano, 1984, and I grew up in Kaduna, of course, schooled in Zaria, studied veterinary medicine. People watch me today and think I've always been passionate about veterinary medicine. That's not correct. So, unfortunately for me, then I didn't know what was veterinary medicine. I wanted human medicine, did JAM, and I wasn't fortunate enough to meet the cutoff mark for Kogi. They told me Kogi people are very brilliant, so despite my high score, I didn't make the cut. So I went to the board, of course, saw my name and saw VT, and I asked somebody, what's VT? And he said veterinary medicine. And truth be told, I didn't know what exactly was veterinary medicine. So I asked somebody by my side, and he said I was about to be an animal doctor. So I got discouraged because, there was no memory of any successful animal doctor around me. And I felt like, why don't I treat humans instead of treating animals? So I got to get the news to my parents, and I was encouraged to do JAM again. But instead of not accepting the admission, I accepted, prepared very well for the second JAM, and JAM I did. Just like quite a lot of people that JAM has jammed. This time around, JAM didn't jam me. It just left me alone where I was. So when the second admission came out, I saw VT again. So I just felt like I was destined to do veterinary medicine. So I went through the rigor of veterinary medicine in the prestigious Ahmadu Bello University. They said there's just two universities, ABU and others. So I'm proud we are naturally ahead. Right. So I went through the rigor of veterinary medicine in Ahmadu Bello University, and while I was graduating, I remember talking to a group of people about how I'm not sure if I want to really do anything around animal medicine or animal science. I had the desire then to build a big business, and I didn't realize that I could use what I've learned to enhance the entire animal health infrastructure in Africa. So when I finished, I served in Port Harcourt. I quickly dusted my certificate and then spoke to a business consulting firm that, hey, I'm happy to serve, because I thought learning business consulting then was going to give me the big break of owning a big business, like business consulting, big break, big business. They seem to rhyme. Only for my boss then called me and said, Femi, I thought you studied veterinary medicine. I said, yes, of course I did veterinary medicine. And I graduated with a flying color, right? And he said one of his friends, her farm, she was having issues with her farm, that if I don't mind, I could check it out. I did. She was losing her birds in hundreds, and I recognized the disease, prescribed some solutions, and in 3 days, mortality dropped to a very significant level. And that was a turning point, not because I could recognize the disease and solve the problem, but because, again, the woman called me with a measure of emotions I've not heard in a long while. Right. For me, in the business consulting firm, I was just like an errand boy carrying my boss's bag, typing. And then somebody on the other end saw me as her word and started talking to her friends about me and how I saved her investment. So one day I was sitting down alone and I asked myself one single question: what do I want to do with my life? And that was really a very thoughtful question. What do I want to do? So I said, okay, so if somebody thinks I'm her ward, she's giving my contact to others, why don't I have an idea of what the world could offer? So I took a bold step, put together a few savings, and then rented a store to start a veterinary clinic. And that simple act of starting a veterinary clinic has led to this amazing Farmalad story that we're sharing today. I was a veterinary doctor running veterinary clinics up until 2019, and I'll tell you the story. I had a friend then, we started a business together. Of course, the business eventually, I had to resign for a few stories that I will tell you later, but not so interesting story because I left I resigned with a measure of feeling like I failed people looking up to me, I failed myself, and I didn't know how to get back to my home to tell them that I'm no longer the CEO of my former business. But again, I summoned up the courage, but the transformation happened in Lagos. I went to Lagos, I was incubated in Facebook. We're about the first cohort then in Facebook Accelerator Program. And I saw young people doing a lot of things with their lives. You know, I was the oldest in the class. I want them not to call me daddy, but again, I saw quite a lot of young people doing amazing things. They were creating products the world was using. In fact, one set of, they were not twins, they were brothers, Microsoft came to hire them. So I was there and I asked myself, who will hire me the way I am? And the answer was nobody. So I left all I'd known about veterinary medicine and said, what if I could embed the expertise I learned all through school, put them aside, or more importantly, put them in something that can scale globally? Whoa. So the idea of social entrepreneurship, because that's about the time I was also, I got into Ashoka Fellowship. The idea of changing the world came through Ashoka, everyone a change maker. And I asked very simple question, how do I use what I am or who have become, put it in what the world needs? And then I came to the realization that there are farmers everywhere having issues, and if I can solve their problem locally, maybe nationally, and now of course, as you know, globally, maybe my desire of building a big business will be realized, because I still kept that somewhere at one corner of my heart. So in 2019, we took the bold step and say we want to revolutionize the animal health infrastructure in Nigeria. And that's how the story started for Farmalad. November 26, 2019. I remember that day filled with joy. Of course, you could see the picture of the empty shelves. We had 2 staffs then, now we call ourselves associates. But again, the beginning, though scanty, was very emotional for me, because I thought that if I could stay in that place, do my work well, maybe I could move the world. Today, with over 100,000 farmers that we're currently serving through over 1,000 agrovet stores scattered across the country, the journey is just beginning. And I'm extremely very proud of how far we have become. We have over 60 persons, associates that we call ourselves, working in Farmalad today, serving over 1,000 agrovet stores across the country with 6 distribution centers, scaling into other African countries next year. And I can't be more proud and grateful. I'm really very thankful, and I know that as we embark on this journey, it's 5. I look forward to when it will be 50. Of course, I will not be the CEO, but the idea, I look forward to the idea running across everything we do, running in people's vein, ensuring that farmers and pet owners have quick access to affordable and quality animal health products across the continent. I really want the continent to be proud of what we are doing. We're building, as we always say, building Africa's largest animal health infrastructure. And until we get to the remotest community, we will not stop. Let me, on behalf of my team, congratulate everyone and thank you for standing by, standing in, and standing with us through this entire 5 years journey. Happy birthday, Mama.